Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. I am JP the Outlaw here to give you my review of SmackDown Live, April 24th, 2018. It is me, the voice that makes some moist your favorite color commentator. And, yeah, I'm back. I want to give you guys just a brief synopsis of my day. Yes, I'll look that word up if you were thinking about that. Little story time with JP. If anybody knows me, if anybody think they know me, or if you're listening to this channel and we've grown accustomed to greeting each other, I'm a very positive guy. I think I am at my wit's end when it comes to certain things in my life. And I need to fix these certain things. But the one thing that won't change, the one thing that I will try to always do is the right thing. I might be wrong most of the time. My heart might be in the right place. But I will essentially try to do the right thing. Now, that has nothing to do with the review. That's more so aimed at my job. And that's for anybody else listening that I work with. They will understand exactly what the fuck I mean. But that's not here there. I'm here to give you a review about wrestling. First of all, they opened up the show with The Miz. The Miz and Big Cass. Now, throughout the week, I've been hearing rumors that Big Cass was supposed to be paired up with The Miz. I wasn't really feeding into that because me personally, these two guys are better solo and combine forces, allies, if you will, against Daniel Bryan would be a better story versus them pairing up. And then after Daniel Bryan, these two guys are still a pair. Look at the Miz Taraj. They're still jogging around trying to find somebody to take them under their wing. And they've been in the WWE for over 8 years. If you need somebody to do that, you probably shouldn't be doing what you're doing. Just saying. That's in any profession. If you need somebody to put you under their wing, you should not be doing what you're doing. But for the most part, the promo segment was pretty good. They was inside the ring. The Miz comes out, tells Daniel Bryan, bro, if you're going to hit me, come down and hit me. You can hit me right now. Out comes Big Cass because Daniel Bryan was nowhere to be found. We'll later find out that it was Big Cass who attacked Daniel Bryan. But that's not the fucking point. Okay? Big Cass goes in to say that Daniel Bryan reminds him of himself and that he's a little guy. And all the little guys should stand up for themselves and fight. And then one day, they'll grow 7 feet tall. Is that some bullshit? I'm just asking. Like, I've stood up to a lot of bullies in my life. If standing up to a bully could make me 7 foot fucking tall, let me know. Let me know. When the hell did they make that in DNA? My opinion. You know what I mean? Then maybe I could be a baller. Billy Kay and Peyton Royce in your next segment. First of all, I would love to tell everybody on how I called Asuka just being background noise after the roster shakeup, after she loses her title, her undefeated streak. Because, again, months ago, I said that once she makes it to the main roster, that undefeated streak is as good as gone. And she'll be just another bland, generic woman on the WWE SmackDown roster. Simple as that. And I like Asuka. Peyton Royce and Billy Kay. Asuka versus Peyton Royce and Billy Kay. And Peyton Royce and Billy Kay versus Asuka and Becky Lynch. Now, this match was a pretty decent match. Of course, everybody got their spots in, but the biggest takeaway you can take away from this is that, again, of course, the iconic duo won, but you got Asuka and, you're just not going to do anything with Asuka. I mean, just looking at how you're treating her. If you're pairing her with a Becky Lynch, I know you're not going to do anything with Asuka. It's simple as that. I paired you with Becky Lynch. You got Naomi. You got Naomi, Natalia, Lana. Where's all these people at? Why are you not using them? You're telling me, out of everybody that you had in that locker room, you couldn't bring out somebody other than Asuka to eat that loss with that tag team? Just my opinion. Moving on. We go into a backstage segment with Renee Young and AJ Styles. AJ Styles leaving out of Daniel Bryan's office. He lets Renee Young knows what's going to happen later on tonight, where he will be teaming up with his former club members, Luke Gallows and Kyle Anderson. He'll be teaming up with these guys to take on Rusev Day, Rusev and Aiden English, and Shinsuke Nakamura, who is the number one contender for AJ Styles WWE Championship. Now, when I first heard this, I'm like, yes, fucking the club. Put the club back together. That's awesome. AJ is going to be the best heel ever. And then I thought of the program he was in. He's babyface going up against the heel. Why do you have your faction should never be babyface? You should never have a babyface faction. You could have a cool faction, a cool heel faction, but they're not technically babyface, like the Bullet Club or the NWO. They were a cool heel faction, but not a babyface faction. Just throwing it out there. Of course, I love what they're doing with Rusev. You know, Rusev's my guy. Jimmy Uso versus Eric Rowan. In a backstage segment with Naomi, she tries to stop the Usos from going out there and fighting Jimmy, her husband. And she, to no avail, again, does not stop them. But she actually causes Eric Rowan to win. And by just coming out. She came out. She let her music play. It distracted these guys. Quick roll up. 1, 2, 3. And that's pretty much how that ended. Now, Carmella. I do not like Carmella at all, but the one thing I will take from Carmella, because the one thing that I always, again, continuity. I'm a big fan of continuity. The continuity has to be sharp. It has to be there. It has to be right. Now, when your WWE Women's Champion for SmackDown Live comes out first, and then the challenger comes out, you make the challenger more important than your WWE Women's SmackDown Champion. In any professional sport, and this is why I say, you know, the WWE drops the ball on how they handle certain things. In any professional sport, the challenger is introduced first, and then the champion. So this lets me know that you see Charlotte as the female Roman Reigns, and also Charlotte, you view Charlotte as more important than Carmella as your current women's champion for SmackDown Live. I don't understand that. I don't understand that at all. Because if they were challenging for the title, any challenger should always come out first. And I love the fact that Carmella put that out there on national TV, because the WWE tends to do that all the fucking time. So, very good on Carmella. Of course, as any contract signing goes, they have a couple of words, flip a table, and that was pretty much the end of that. Backstage segment with Aiden English. They have Renee Young back there knocking on the door, asking, is Rusev ready? And he said, hold on, let me check. We'll be there shortly. They move into a match, the third match of the night. You have Randy Orton versus my man Shelton Benjamin. Now, the economy here is the same thing from last week. You had the champion, the U.S. champion, and I believe Jeff Hardy, which I am correct. Jeff Hardy as U.S. champion come out to challenge Shelton Benjamin here. But Shelton Benjamin, his first challenger was Randy Orton. But, of course, Jeff Hardy cuts Randy Orton off last week. So Randy returns the favor and cuts him off this week. Now, of course, Randy had this match in the bag, but Samir Singh jumps in it. That's Jinder Mahal's manservant, or valet, or whatever you would like to call it. He jumps in the middle of it, eats a RKO that gives Shelton Benjamin a chance to recover and hits him with the final shot. And that's the end of that match. You get a backstage segment with the Usos in the bar. Nothing really going on there. Video package hyping up Sanity. I like how they put Chaos first. So when most people look it up, it's probably going to look up Chaos and it's really going to be, But anyway. Backstage with Daniel Bryan and Renee Young. Of course, Renee Young asks Daniel what's going on. Do you know who attacked you? He said, of course I know who attacked me. I got attacked by a big punk named Big Cass. And, he said something towards the line of them all being the same size once they get down on the mat, which I thought was hilarious. It sounded sexually driven, like a sexually driven pun, but it wasn't an actual sexually driven pun. Fucking hilarious. Another video message for Roman Reigns from my main man Samoa Joe. I think Joe's the best thing on SmackDown, man. I think Joe, with the combination of what they're doing with the U.S. title now, is the best thing they got going on SmackDown compared to AJ Styles and the U.S. Championship. But Joe's right up there, basically. But yeah, this video package was nice. It was beast. He got his claims across very quickly. Okay, so I pretty much like that. So, and of course our main event, the Club versus Shinsuke Nakamura and Rusev Day. Now, notable mention. Love Nakamura's character. Just everything about it, what he's doing right now. I don't speak English. I changed my fucking theme music to have an Asian baritone, which is just Asian people singing something to his theme music. But I think it's fucking great. I think that's great for Shinsuke Nakamura. I haven't broken my values and became somebody else that the corporate puppet wanted me to be, even though they still call you the rock star. But he hasn't really done that. He's accepted his gimmicks. He's done what he needed to do to get by, and he's made stuff happen. I actually like what they're doing with Shinsuke Nakamura. But the tail end here for this story is how they use Ken Anderson with not Ken Anderson, Kyle Anderson to eat 2 Kinshasas for AJ Styles. It was supposed to appear that Anderson jumped in the ring and pushed Styles out the way to eat a Kinshasa. I think that's how it was supposed to go down. I just think it was timed horribly. Decent match, though. It was actually a pretty good match. But the timing was all off. And, Shinsuke Nakamura, beautiful low blow. He's seeing AJ Styles going into his lethal combination. And in the middle of it, because he does this haymaker when he swings around, in the middle of it, Shinsuke Nakamura drops his knees, hit AJ Styles in the fucking nuts with his fucking forearm. Genius. Anyway, that'll be my review for SmackDown Live. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will be coming back at you guys early tomorrow morning with NXT. Okay? Alright, I'm going to write everything out tonight so I can wake up, get an early recording, and then head my ass to work. So, I will see you guys later. Peace. Be safe. Outlaw out.